and welcome back to the channel. My name is Krashy, and today we're going to be diving into a build guide for Khaimera. Honestly, Chimera's build hasn't really changed much to me. It's pretty consistent, and I'm going to quickly talk about throwing like a carry item on Khaimera. Like you absolutely can start like a solo queue build with like Kingsbane or Sky Splitter. Sky Splitter is going to be better against objectives and killing tanks, like shredding through tanks as a first slot item. Kingsbane is going to be better at like killing carries, which is probably more the reason why you would pick it. So honestly, a Kingsbane start is not terrible. I don't actually think it's how you play the character, but yeah, you can do it. And honestly, in solo queue, you'll probably shred some people with it. Like uncoordinated play, definitely. I don't really think it's the way you play the character, but you could definitely do it. And now I'm going to go ahead and talk about how I think you actually play the character. So for the crest, it's Icecorn Talons for me. I do think that you could do like Sapphire's Mantle if you're like the only frontliner. You might have to just to bring a little bit extra health to yourself. But Icecorn Talons is just nuts. It's the same thing it's always been, essentially, right? It's 12 physical power, 100 health, 4% Omnivamp, which is phenomenal. Obviously, they all have the same stats, but phenomenal for Khaimera. And then you have the Glacial Colosseum, 45-second cooldown, create an ice sheet around you for 15 seconds. Allies in the sheet gain 15% physical power for 3 seconds. They also gain 15% movement speed for 3 seconds. Enemies on the sheet are slowed by 15%. The fact that it's AoE, usable by your teammates, usable by yourself, increases your physical power. Like, this is great. This is an amazing item. It's one of the best crests in the game, hands down, so it's definitely the way that I like to play it. You dive in there, you dump it down, you use it on objective, people are getting your 15% increased power for a few seconds. It's phenomenal. So, first item is Overlord. Overlord, I think, is definitely a really solid Chimera item, has always been a solid Chimera item, and I think it's more viable now than ever because when you first buy a short sword, your first purchase that you need is 1,000 for the Barbaric Cleaver. You can get that after a full sequence, so it's really, really easy to get the Barbaric Cleaver. Last patch, it was a little bit awkward. Sometimes you kind of had to wait around for a little bit of gold, but first buying Overlord, this is the item that gives you the synergy that you need for pretty much the rest of the build. 30 physical power, 400 health, and it has Colossal Cleave. On successful basic attack, deal 30% physical power plus 2.5% health damage around the target. Damage increase from 100 to 50% based on distance. And then Bludgeon, you have gain 2.5% of your health as physical power. So as you're building health items and as you're building tank items and as you're building like the bruiser items, right, you're going to be gaining power for that, which is nice. You know, this is a nice scaling item to start out with. It helps your clear speed, helps you blow through waves whenever you're, you know, pushing a wave or clearing a wave. Phenomenal item. And then, of course, Basilisk is always one of the best bruiser items in the game, definitely for Khaimera, for very obvious reasons you'll see here soon. 45 physical power, 300 health, 15 ability haste. Ability haste is good, man. You always want it. This build doesn't really give you like a ton of it, but ability haste is phenomenal. And then you get Corrode, reduce their, on damaging a hero, reduce their physical armor by 4% for 3 seconds, stacks up to 6 times. So this is on damaging a hero. You press Q, you basically stack this up almost almost instantly. At 6 stacks, they become eroded. So you're reducing their physical armor by 4% for 3 seconds, stacking 6 times. And then you have Eminence. When basic attacking eroded heroes, you're dealing 3% of the target's missing health as damage. So it's got a shred element to it as well. And you get all of that basically instantly. You shred their armor down basically instantly. You start dealing that 3% of the target's missing health basically instantly by using your Q. So yeah, lots of damage coming out from Khaimera with the Basilisk. Now, my third item, and I think I'm going to be building this on almost every single bruiser in the game because I think it's kind of bloated right now, is Citadel. The only thing Citadel doesn't have is haste, and that's kind of okay because this item is just so incredibly strong. It's got 35 physical power, 200 health, 35 physical armor, and then you gain 5 armor for each nearby enemy hero. So the armor value that you can get from this item is very high. It's 35 at minimum, which is like phenomenal for tank items. You know, Fire Blossom's 35, Stonewall's 55, but this is like a really specific kind of a armor item. Gaia's Greaves is 30. What are other, you know, standard armor items? 45 from Frostguard, Fist of Razul is 25. I mean, you get the point. It's in that like tank range, and then that's just on the flat stats. So you're gaining up to an additional, you know, 25 armor off of it. And then on top of that, and again, this is why I kind of think the item's a little bloated, whereas some items kind of got broken up a little bit. I feel like Citadel got left alone. It has Intimidation, where nearby enemy heroes have their physical armor decreased by 20%, so it acts as a form of pen. So you're reducing their armor, which is helpful for you. It's, you know, you're shredding through their armor, you're dealing damage to them, your teammates are hitting them harder because you reduce their armor. It's just a phenomenal item. This item is so strong right now. I think it's absolutely incredible. And next but not least, you want to start getting into the magic armor side of things. And honestly, for me, I'm not interested in any of the magic armor power items. I just don't really think they're that good. I don't think Miss Metal Buckler's that good. I just don't think these are very good for Khaimera. So you're not going to see me build any of those. So if you need magic armor, you're going to just filter by magic armor and look at what is available to you. Crystalline Cuirass is probably the absolute best option. It's a very strong tank item. 250 health, 40 magic armor, 75% base health regen, and then on taking magic damage, gain a stack of Celestite for 5 seconds, stacks up to 6 times, stacks can only be gained once every 0.5 seconds, and you gain 5 magical armor per stack. So you have this like item with Citadel that gives you additional armor by being close to people. You have this item in Crystalline Cuirass that gives you additional magic armor by taking damage, and then you also get 15% increased movement speed at 6 stacks of this as well. So, you know, it's a phenomenal item. It's a very phenomenal item. You can get a lot of armor out of it. You can get some movement speed. This is like the run them down item. I do think that there could be a case to be made for Void Helm. It doesn't have a super high magic armor value, but you do get a lot of healing, so it's really nice. Like, you get burst of healing and you get 10% more healing, so it definitely could be an option. I think I'm feeling a little bit comfortable with Crystalline Cuirass at the moment. As for slots like 5 and 6, I think that there's a lot of room to play around with other items. Like, if you need more of an armor type, that's probably where you're going to go in these slots. But you could also just filter by physical power and max health and look at some of the items in this category as well. You know, I think Augmentation is like a pretty fine item. I think that Bonesaw is like a pretty okay item. This is like an item that would give you a lot of health, and then you could get that 2% health as damage, and then you get a little slow. I mean, you know, this could be an okay item. It gives some tenacity. Berserker's Axe is honestly really good. Usually you build this early, but this could be a nice item to get some additional haste if you want to build a little bit of additional haste and have a little bit more movement speed. And then honestly, I'm really keen on trying and using Salvation in 6 slot, because as you're building these kind of health focused builds, you have a 22% health shield for 6 seconds on going below 40%. This is a very big item that can be built for, you know, the right kind of character. And then you're also going to gain 10% Omnivamp, so it's a lot of healing for Khaimera. So this is like a holy shit button that is an active, or that's not an active, it's a passive, and you just kind of get a massive shield, and they're going to have to try to rip through that on top of the fact that you're healing yourself. So I think that this is going to feel really nice as well. But again, you can really just slot in whatever you need in terms of additional armor. Now, I think Gaia Greaves could probably be pretty decent. At this point, I think you're going to start wanting to maybe look for a little bit of haste. So if you're slotting in an item right here, you know, Tainted Guard has a little bit of haste on it, Gaia Greaves has a little bit of haste on it, Elefrost has a little bit of haste on it, Giant's Ring has a little bit of haste on it, and has like a, you know, haste passive. So these are some of the armor items that you would be looking for. As for magic armor, Unbroken Will probably not the best since you're not stacking a ton of armors, but you know, you could, like I said, you could go into the Avoid Helm if you needed another magic armor item. I don't think Frostguard's a terrible option, but in this particular build, it doesn't bring any health, so you know, just keep that in mind. And then, like I said, last slot, I would be probably looking to slot something out of this list. I wouldn't go Earthshaker. He doesn't really have a bunch of ability damage, so not something I would be looking for. But honestly, even something like Penumbra could be really interesting, where you just kind of dive in. This also gives a ton of haste, so you dive in, and if you get a takedown, if you and your team get a takedown, then you're gonna, you know, reduce your cooldowns by a lot. That could be like a really nice tech in slots 5 and 6 for Khaimera. So I might build a build like this 4 slot, and then go something like Penumbra into Salvation, which is going to bring me like a lot more health, and you know, I'm going to be diving in and just trying to get some of those like resets almost, you know, like 4-second cooldown reset, because right now the build doesn't have a ton of haste, so could be something to look to slot in a little bit later. Like I said, even Augmentation's a phenomenal item because the Spell Slasher, like that Spell Blade passive on ability use, so you can use this on towers, so like you can even use this just for sieging. So this is honestly a phenomenal item. It's not a core item for Khaimera, that's why you don't build it early. That doesn't mean that it's a bad item for Khaimera. So I would say this is like the core of the build right here that I'm kind of running. It's just that solid like mix between Bruiser and tank that's going to bring you damage and still allow you to frontline. And then, you know, 5, 6, slot in what you need. If you're the only frontliner, you should probably only build tank items, right? Like, if you were true, like if say there's nobody else that can frontline with you in this game, yeah, you should probably slot in, you know, some tank items. I think Giant's Ring is going to be really solid. Void Helm would be really solid. Double Tainted would be really solid, right? Something like that. So friends, there you have it. Let's go ahead and get you into a game. You can check out how my game plays out. And yeah, drop a like on the video and I hope you enjoy it. it. All right, we are now in game, going to be playing some Khaimera jungle, and I want to kind of just take advantage of the fact that Khaimera is still like one of the best junglers and kind of invade and be a little annoying. So I'm going to blue 2, and actually this is probably the first recording I've had since I hit Affinity level 10, so y'all can see my crown, and that's a really fast first blood, so that's good. But yeah, we're going to go for a blue 2 invade. I think I'm against the Seraph, or not the Seraph, the Aurora. I don't know why her name escaped me. We should be against the Aurora, so we're gonna look to step in here and be very annoying and take her to camp. So, and actually, it looks like she might have been a blue starter, so I might just take the full vertical here then. So, interesting. Blue starter. Usually you can't. Yeah, we see her. Okay, so this is gonna be a lot of stolen farm then, because the likelihood that she just invades my red side is low, and even if she does, it's an even trade, so I'm not going to back or do anything crazy here. It's my duo side, so hopefully they would, like, peek in and look, potentially. But she might see that my red was there. We'll see. We'll see. That would be an interesting red side invade. But, I mean, like I said, worst case scenario, I just trade with her, so shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't be too bad at all. Okay, Zarus, I think, just warded or was listening for me. So I don't really want to walk out that way. But we are just going to take this full farm. And I'm going to honestly just focus on sequencing, I think, at this point. I might gank the Fae on my way out. She's probably going to be across at the river, though, so I probably just go to my blue side, and then I check my red side. And that should be fine. And honestly, there could be... Okay, well, the Fae's rotating over. We'll just go in on the Zarus, then. We just go in on the Zarus here. There's the Aurora. She's at 22 farm, so yeah, she invaded pretty aggressively. She's gonna flash. Yeah, that's just her easy kill. Very nice. I'll probably take this as well. So yeah, he most likely did my whole red side, which is totally fine. And it looks like he's going to be a Fire Blossom Aurora, just based on the build. And we're just going to sequence out my blue side, so we'll take that. We'll sequence out my blue side, then we'll go back to base, because we're definitely sitting on our cleaver already at this point. But I want to get all of this on cooldown. Then my red side should be coming back up in a little bit, because I did his. And actually, we might not even do the 4 camp. I'm a little bit ahead, so I don't need to full sequence till I guarantee my lead. I should be a little bit ahead, so we're going to go ahead and put points, or go back to base and grab our Barbaric Cleaver, and a Vitality Bead, and we'll get back out on the field. So like I said, definitely like the core of the build, first 3 items is going to be Overlord, Basilisk, into Citadel. I think that that's such a phenomenal core of the build. We took this trade. And then after that, it's like if I want the magic armor, we'll go into like a Crystalline Cuirass, which I think is really phenomenal for Khaimera, because that's like what helps you run them down. Either that, or even in this game, I could build like a double tainted if I wanted to get really tanky and bring some anti-healing online, but I don't know that I really feel like I need to do that, so we'll see. We'll see. We'll go for a little bit of anti-warding here, see if they step up. No vision on this, so we can literally just run at them. Oh yeah, I might force a flash here, which would be fine. Oh, nice. I like that. I like that. Aurora support. I didn't even realize that's what we had. That's cool. That's chill. And then we'll use that prio to get into this 3 camp. And I see the timer on his blue as well. This could be a mid lane gank soon. Potentially. No camp there. We may cross over into mid, just because I can. She's just gonna walk away from me. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. The Aurora there. I know my blue side's still down, so we're gonna have to go back into my blue side with the Aurora pick there. So I want to go defend my blue side. So we stepped into her jungle, but then we're gonna peel back and defend my side. We'll step back and defend my side here. My blue is up. I'll just go ahead and focus that for now. I do have a hunt up, so I'll guarantee that. And I do have a timer on his too, so I wouldn't be terribly opposed to potentially going and grabbing that too as well. I think that 2 invade would be nice if I can get there. Let's see if I can finish this up really quickly, and we'll run over to that 2 camp. Hopefully my mid lane prio is pretty good at that point. I could be a little bit more active, but we're doing pretty good just on the farm front. And she's going full tank. She's got the Titan Crest and everything. So if my Gideon's health and mana is solid, which it looks like it is, that's going to give me an opportunity to look for a little bit of invade here. So he's not on his red side as of yet. His red is up. He's probably looking on his blue side right now. So I'm going to just focus on this invade. Maybe take this. Okay, they're going to hear me. So I think that the Fae knows that I'm here. I'm going to look for Zarus here. I think he's kind of bopping on him right now. He's going to create some distance with the flower. And we're gonna take that down. Nice. Nice. We like that. And then I might go for a red invade. I think we're gonna go for the red invade. Now I can drop this off the ledge. Oh, there she is. Got that. Doesn't have her ultimate. No, this is not great for me. Gotta watch for the Fae ultimate potentially. But we just walk out of that. Oh, I didn't realize my Grex was here. I'll step back in. I'll step back in. Okay, we got the flash there. We got the Gideon here. Ooh, she missed her flash. Okay, no, we're still in this. Oh my god, I just exploded. I exploded. Gideon should be able to get something out of that. That's fine with me. That is fine with me. Ooh, so that did not play out the way we hoped, but it's okay. It wasn't terrible. Red side jungle's up. I'm working toward my hunt. Actually, I need to farm a little bit more so I can work toward my hunt. I'm probably going to left side, like, go to my blue and then sequence out to the right. So me and him are, like, dead even, actually. I think I'm a little bit ahead of him in gold. Maybe. I mean, maybe now I'm not, but we're pretty even. That's a little bit my bad on recognizing the Grux. I should have looked at the map, but I was just kind of stepping back because I didn't think anybody was coming. So I may just try to full sequence here all the way to my red side so I can get as much farm toward my wild hunt as possible. But dude, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I took a lot of damage from somebody. I'm not really sure where that came from. I'm not really sure where that came from at one point. And now we're working on that Basilisk. And yeah, it's probably gonna be a Crystalline Cuirass this game. Honestly. Yeah, Crystalline's probably gonna be the play, because I don't think Unbroken Will would be the best. They have decent CC, but I'm not sure I'm too worried about that. Right here. Have any way to CC her? Alright. Nice, we'll take that. Now we have the Narbash. We'll guarantee this kill. And we're gonna go for forcing this now. And I'm going to double smite this as well, since it's small smites. So I just want to get this off the field and then go back to farming. Nice kill for the Zarus. Solid. Yeah, good catch on the Aurora. That led us into a couple kills for sure. Very good. Very good. I didn't even have to smite that. Double smite that. We got that really quickly. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish up our red side. We can work toward our blue side. I'll have my wild hunt pretty soon, like in the very near future, and then we'll be able to carry that into a potential mini prime. And we'll have our Ice-Scorn Talons as well. We'll have the Ice-Scorn Talons as well, which is very nice. Honestly, Giant's Ring is not a terrible recommendation for an armor item. I think I'm going to go for the Citadel first, but like really for Kai, like Kai, the thing with Kai is you're like all in, so it's honestly not a terrible option for him. Painted is obviously going to come a little bit later in the build for me. I mean, I could counter build early with it and bring the Citadel in later. Depends on how the game's going. By the time I get to my third slot, I might do that. We'll see though. We'll see though. We'll see if I want to bring the Citadel fourth, which usually I would say third is pretty standard, but I might push it to fourth depending on how their team is doing. He's building his anti-heal on me now. Now I need this in my blue buff to get my wild. Alright, we're working toward our wild now. And honestly, I might just sequence all the way out. We'll see. I'm watching for the Zarus. Call them missing. We'll look for it. Not doing. Cool. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and complete this. And we can double smite it potentially. I'm gonna let my Grux know that I want to go for it. There's the Zarus on the Gideon now. It's dangerous now. I don't know that I can go for it. We'll just do this then. We'll just do this. Yeah, we'll just do this then. Honestly, I might give this to my Grux. I am going to give this to Grux. I think he can use that pretty well. We're going to give that to Grux. Nice, the Aurora just shows at 81 farm. I'll take a couple of these, and then I'll let this set a freeze most likely. Eh, probably not. Doesn't even need to, really. I'll just even it out. She bases. I know Aurora was on that left side. Not a crazy gank in the duo lane. My River's coming up soon. So we'll play here. Kind of want to invade a little bit. See what's going on over here. Alright, put the Gideon here. Beautiful. Careful. Careful. Yeah, just gotta be a little bit careful here. And we have her pushed out. I mean, we can take this fight, you know? That's the beauty of it. This is where we start using our numbers and our Kai dominance. And nice, well done. That's a really solid invade for all of us, if we just fight that together, you know? Okay. Okay, force her flash. It's not bad. Zarus is getting bullied. Like, that's not bad at all. Not bad at all. I'm gonna go back to base and work on my Basilisk, grab that. We'll come back out for Fangtooth. We can start working on that Fangtooth too. That's a really solid invade as a team there. Alright, do I want to go Citadel? I know I'm gonna grab armor. So we'll go ahead and grab an armor. The question is, do I just want to work on a Tainted? I feel like they're building up some good armor. I don't know, a Tainted would be really nice. I feel like Tainted is like, because of the Narbash, I'm probably gonna build up a Tainted, but usually I would build Citadel third. So keep that in mind. Obviously, Tainted is always a counter build option to begin with. So definitely something you should be considering. Should definitely be considering the Tainted. I want to let my team know I want to be here for this. I'm going to kind of hang out a little bit. Okay, ooh, they see me there. Yep. Yep, that's 2 ultimates, so cool. That's 2 ultimates right there. Oh yeah, get in there. I'm all with this. I am all about that. They tried to get the pick on me, but I'm elusive. They tried to get the pick on me, but I am elusive. Now we're going to go for this. Early rotation from the Zarus, so I can respect that. I can respect that. Alright. We're going to work at this with our Ice Storm. Gideon ult. That just kind of keeps him off. Oh, that's solid. That's great. That's great. That is solid. I might even look for an invade here on their red side. Yep, I'm not concerned with that. Look for a little bit of an invade. The Aurora might show up, so we'll see. Let's see if we can just back out of this. Yep, not concerned. Goodbye. Goodbye. Lots of my blue side jungle up. Lots of my jungle up in general. Yeah, like I said, the Citadel will just come a little bit later in this game because I'm counter building the Narbash, which I think is going to be important for team fights. Otherwise, I'd build it, and I do need to get some magic armor on, so Citadel will just come 5th this game, whereas normally like a Tainted is either not going to happen or would come later. So a bit of counter building in real time, but that's okay. That should be understood. Okay, we see the Aurora on that side of the map. If I can get this, I would like to base out and go defend my red side jungle. She may invade that. Lots of damage coming out from Basilisk, and we're stacking up that health with the Overlord, so that's nice. Yeah, we'll go defend. She might get my 5 camp, but not too concerned with that. And again, she's going full tank, which is, you know, it's a bit annoying, but I don't really think it does all that much. And she actually didn't even get the invade off, so not really missing much here. I think I'm going to save my hunt here, because I might have an opportunity to go get another mini prime, so I'm probably going to just, like, really leave my lanes alone for a bit and play for the mini prime that's coming up. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Dude, support Aurora is kind of popping, bro. Because that mini prime's coming up, and I'll be, like, perfectly on the way over there. Perfectly on the way over there. And our farm is crazy this game. Very good this game. Very good farm this game. Got some time. The Aurora's in the mid. Oh yeah, we're crushing it this game. We're crushing it this game. We got 14 seconds. I don't really need to do anything. I can't really help the Gideon now. Not close enough to help the Gideon, but I will go ahead and do this. See if she comes over here and contests this at all. Alright. Back it up for that. No, like, heavy pressure on mid. Perfect. Perfect. I know her 2 camp came up. I'm going to look to invade that. It may not be there. Oh, well, she's in duo lane, so unless she grabbed it beforehand. Nope. All right, we're going to take this. Just always looking for invades where we can. So yeah, my farm lead should be pretty nice right now. We'll back. And we could gank the mid here. Maybe. Kira shows. We'll see. See if she shows. Alright, we're gonna walk in. Very nice. Now we can shove this with the mini prime. We can shove this with the mini prime. Okay. Chill. Let's not let the Aurora go too crazy on us. Grux goes in on the back line, and we can step back in. I don't know if I have much here, but some good CC there. I can always flash out here. Good. And we have a Fang 2-3 coming up, so I'm going to base. I'm going to let my teammates know Fang 2-3 is coming up, so don't go too crazy in the mid. I'm definitely taking the base here. I'm sticking the base there. Alright, we're going to go for a Crystalline Cuirass, because Crystalline Cuirass is a super phenomenal magic armor item for Khaimera. You know, just gives you a lot of movement speed, so you know, as you're taking damage, you're just stacking up. It's the kind of run them down magic armor item, which is like really solid for Kai. Also, just as like a standalone magic armor item, I mean, I suppose you could get Void Helm. It doesn't come with that much of magic armor. It comes with health and the increased healing, so I do think that there's a case to be made for Void Helm for Kai, but I don't know, something like very consistent would be Crystalline Cuirass. Alright. I might have to flash here. We're going to flash out this one. We'll just take a base really quickly. And we'll be right back. Nice free pick on her. Kind of just bait them in a little bit. But into my flash, I wouldn't have been able to do that, so. Beautiful. That leads into a bunch of kills. Our carry is huge. Our carry is massive. This is going to be a nice Fang 3. We'll go for that. And yeah, Crystalline, we'll go Crystalline into Citadel, which again, I think it would have been, if not for Narbash and the counter healing, it probably just would have been Citadel into Crystalline, which I think is a phenomenal phenomenal option. We could honestly probably go Rift the Prime, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna cut across and go for Jungle Invade. If our whole team goes, we could like hold a gank right here and like look for a pick. Because we get a pick here, or even if we just, you know, take down their jungle, like, that's huge for us. Oh, I didn't catch anybody with that ultimate. Okay. Ooh, nice, beautiful. I mean, their carry is on the right side of the map. I could just let the Grux tank a little bit. Yeah, we're pretty huge. We're pretty huge. I think we're feeling this. I'll let myself heal up. The Grux can tank for a bit. The Aurora can tank a little bit. The Aurora can't make it over here, so we're chilling. We're big chilling. Very nice. We'll just go by a little bit, and then we'll come back out on field, and we'll look to push. Just a very consistent bruiser build on Kai. And I think that's the thing that I like about it. It's like, it's super, super consistent. You build a foundation of Q spam damage with Overlord and Basilisk, which allows you to build tank items and actually scale that into damage with Overlord. And then you just build the tank items you need. So Narbash, that prompts the Tainted Guard. Every game, I think Bruiser should probably be building Citadel. I'm probably going to build Citadel on like every single Bruiser except for maybe Crunch, just because Crunch is really haste hungry. So I don't know that I'll build it on Crunch. And maybe I will, and I'll just build it later on in Crunch's build. But like almost every bruiser should probably be building Citadel right now. I think the item is insanely strong. I don't have a lot of vision of them, so... Oh, that's not good. Yeah. I'm getting trolled. They baited me. I knew it was gonna happen. I literally trolled myself. I knew they were gonna do it. I saw the Aurora go in, but... I saw Lids could push. I should probably have been a little bit safer there. That was a little silly of me, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll let this game go a little bit longer, and we'll call that tactical feedings for a longer video. And we'll get all the tier 2s, which is nice. Grux is getting ganked in on, but that matters. Full tank Aurora, man. It doesn't. It's actually like pretty decent. I don't know. I didn't really care for it. I think that she just has to have a little bit of a damage angle. I don't know, it seems like it's doing pretty decent for her. And we're working on the Crystal and Curious, and like I said, I guess the 5th item will go the Citadel, and then last item, honestly, Khaimera has so many options. You can really build just like about whatever you need. Like honestly, last item I could build Berserker's Axe just for the extra mobility at that point, or I could build like a big damage item like Sky Splitter, or any like health, physical damage item to kind of play on the theme. Like I don't know, there's some really good options for sure. I'll let them siege, I'll just farm. I think that's a decent way of playing the game right now. I could even just like run straight to their jungle and farm, but I think my teammates could probably take some of that. They don't really need me at this point. Well, shit, if they're getting picks, then we might be able to end, so I guess I should run to them. Didn't think we would end here, but it's definitely possible, so let me go on ahead and run it up mid. I mean, honestly, again, Giant's Ring, I think it's like actually a really good Kai item, just because like if you're ulting, you know, you may not catch all of them in the ult, but you're going to have that time period where, you know, first of all, it reduces your cooldowns, which is great. Every tank loves haste, and second of all, that mitigation is pretty nice, so can't beat that, right? Right, they still have this on, so I think we just look to go. Yeah, we just look to go for that. We'll use our cleanse to get through that. Alright. We do have a Fangtooth coming up, so we should probably back up and be, you know, pretty chill. Alright, we'll go get our Crystalline. We will go get our Crystalline. We have a Fangtooth coming up. I'm telling my team to back up. We don't really want to keep pushing here. Alright, Crystalline, and then we're going to start building the Citadel. Because I think that that's a really phenomenal item for Khaimera. So we'll go into Citadel. And honestly, you know, it doesn't have any health on it, but Frostguard, super, super good item, I think, at this point. It doesn't stack into the Overlord, that's probably not terrible, so I may not build it. I probably won't build it. Honestly, something like Elefrost, like a tank item that like brings like more on the damage side of things, might be a little bit better. See, this is why I didn't want us to do that. I just want to rip this down. Yeah, we're gonna double smite this and rip it down. We're gonna try to get this really quickly. They don't have their Zarus anyways, and I'm not taking too much damage doing this, so. Okay, see the Kira coming in. I'm going on the Fae. Cleanse if we can. Try not to get hit by his ultimate. Take the Narbash down, take the Fae down. Beautifully done. And now, honestly, we can just push. Beautiful. Zarus didn't come over, so we were able to get that pretty decent timing. So yeah, this is, I mean, truly like a beautiful bruiser build, right? Like I'm building damage, but I'm not building so much damage that's ridiculous. And honestly, last slot, I really could slot something like Kingsbane or something like Sky Splitter if I really wanted to. But I think when you build Overlord, I feel like you have a responsibility to like take advantage of that, honestly. So I really do. I feel honestly often feel like there's a solid responsibility to just build something that makes the most sense there. On that slot. So we'll take a look at some of the options we have. Could be more armor. Could be a damage item. Alright. Honestly, I think we just go for Prime at this point. We'll just go for Prime at this point. We'll grab that Citadel, and we're gonna head straight for Prime. So yeah, like I could filter by physical and max health, and like honestly any of these items potentially. Salvation I think is a really good item right now. I haven't really had an opportunity to like build it much and talk about it much because I do think it's like a 6-slot item, but Salvation was honestly probably like a really perfect item for Kai. It really is something that's probably going to start fitting into builds in 6-slot whenever you just want like the extra health power. I think it's really good for Overlord builds specifically because you're getting that health and you're getting that damage all kind of synergistically together. We'll lose our Gideon here. I don't think we care though. I think this is another situation where we lose somebody, but it doesn't really matter because we're just going to take this down. Like, even if we lose that tier 1 tower, it doesn't really matter because we're just going to take this down. Yeah, we just take that really quickly. We'll run in on mid here. Probably cut at an angle. We probably just run at the angle. Doo-doo-doo. Oh. Okay. We flashed that. Where's my team? Team? I'm a little confused how, like, I was able to run in on that. No team. But hopefully this goes well. Just going in a hole. If they can clean up, then I'm not really all that upset. Okay, cool. As long as they clean up, I'm not really all that upset. Very good. Very good. Now they can push. Let's see what the off-lane fight is going on. Support Aurora bopping on the... Support Aurora killing the Xerath. Okay, cool. As long as if I die there and they trade, I'm not worried about it at all. As long as they just push the waves, like, we're chilling. But I definitely feel like I had, like, a nice, like, kind of a gotcha moment. And then it didn't really play out. So like, yeah, I don't. Some of these items, like even like a Penumbra, like this is pen, health, damage, haste, and then like on takedown. Like this honestly wouldn't be a bad 6-slot for Khaimera either. I definitely don't think it's like a core item to build, but this could be like an aggressive item. I don't know. I think it could be kind of fun. Kai doesn't really want to use Earthshaker at all because he doesn't really have like a ton of ability damage. It's not really his thing. And you could build Bonesaw just to kind of like deal that extra percentage health damage. I think Bonesaw's like always been kind of okay on Kai. I just don't know that I like value it too much. Something like Augmentation isn't terrible. Like it's decent. I've never really loved it on Kai, but it's not bad. It's just not like a really core item, so it tends to get shoved back a little bit on Khaimera. So 6 slots are like a lot to play with. You really can build like just about anything in 6 slot. Doesn't really matter what you build. Oh, bug before a bug spawn. Alright, so we got our Citadel online, and now, yeah, for me, last item, I'm going to build Salvation. It's a massive health shield, on top of the fact that it gives me health and tenacity. I don't really like, obviously, haste is good. What do I have in haste? I have 25 haste, so like I could focus a haste option if I really wanted to. I don't really feel like I need to. Alright, I'm not trying to get dove on. Okay. Got my Aurora in here. Oh, there's so many walls. Playing a little bit too aggro, not respecting the CC. Not respecting the CC a little bit. Let's shove this way really quickly. Yep. Okay, Zarus jumps in on the Drongo. Oh, that's huge. That's just huge. That's actually just massive. Yeah, we'll just rip that. Oh, we just ripped that, dude. Gideon is just so incredibly strong right now. They have no smite, so not really much they can do there. We should be able to just walk this one in. Dude, Gideon is crazy right now. Actually, just an insane hero. Alright, we'll push this in. I'm assuming our prime's gonna fall. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm assuming that prime's gonna fall us in, so we'll lose our prime, but we just walk it in now. Because they can't really defend against this. Or shouldn't be able to. You wouldn't imagine. Let those minions stay a little bit healthy. Alright. Alright, we want to fight them if we can. Alright, cool. That way we can keep our minions alive, and we can turn and finish this. Nice little dive in on them, and that's the game. So yeah, the order guys shifted around a little bit. Definitely play around with that 6 slot. Friends, drop a like on the video, subscribe for future Predecessor content. As always, be sure to be kind of tell someone you love them, and I'll see you in the next video.